like me and people like her are not in the same place.
That is very true. Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Corey if you're new here. Shaqori if you need to know how to pronounce my name. In not the last video but the video before that, I believe I said I was going to do a giveaway, which I still am going to do. And then I have many more giveaways to do after that. I just want to let you guys know I haven't forgotten, and just to give me some, well, first I want to say I appreciate the patience, but also I have a lot going on right now, and not to make an excuse, but it's just my reality. Like, I'm getting to it, and also I'm broke, which is obviously I think like the most understandable excuse. Like, girl, I can't send you anything if I don't have any money to send it, right? As soon as I have money to do everything that I said I'm going to do, trust me, it will be done. So anyways, with that being said, I'm also trying a couple of new products today. I'm also kind of low-key trying a new technique. I recently found a new TikToker, or not a new TikToker, but new to me, who I really like, and I really like how she does her makeup. She does like this really beautiful like pink under eye moment. Love that down. And she's also like a really good hairstylist. So shout out to her. I'm not for sure her name like off the top of my head because I literally just followed her last night, but I'm gonna insert either her TikTok, whatever her handle, so you guys can go check her out. But without further ado, we're just gonna get right on into the video. You know, I'm just gonna give y'all the voiceover and we're gonna go from there. If you have any questions, just let me know down in the comments. I started out by moisturizing my lips with the Super Goop SPF Lip Balm. Then, of course, I went in with the Pat McGrath Skin Essence Toner, which I have been using in every single video. And then, I, of course, like to go in with a light moisturizer underneath. So, I went in with the Versed Light Lock. I think that's the name of it. I never know the name of this, but it's like the lightweight moisturizer gel cream, whatever. Really like that stuff. Then I went in with the, I don't know what I went in with next actually. I think I went in with the One Size Glow Serum, something like that. The Glow Primer. Yes, the One Size Glow Primer. Really like her. And today I have been noticing that when I have been doing my makeup, that usually under my eye it kind of like starts to peel and crack, but it's obviously from the product, not like my skin. So I decided that I would try something different this time. So I went in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, I think is the name of it. I feel like this really helped my under eye. As you can see, like my skin looks so glowy, and this is very similar to the Milk Makeup grip primer, Hydro Grip Primer, but for some reason I feel like this worked a little bit better for me. Look at my skin. Fab. There was still a little bit of like separation, if you will, but not nearly as much as I usually get. So if you have any tips, please let me know. The spray that I use is from Half Magic. It's the like Dew Lock, I think it's called Dew Lock setting spray or something like that. It's supposed to like keep you dewy and fab. So yeah. And then I went in with a color corrector from a brand I will not mention, but if you know, you know. I don't support this brand, which I've mentioned before, mainly because I don't like how they interact with Black creators. Yeah, it's just personal preference, especially when we have built that brand, mind you. And today I actually ended up trying a new foundation, which if you're interested in what foundation I used, you should go check out my TikTok, darling. I really like this foundation though. It was beautiful. I typically like to go in with like a foundation that has a little bit more color than my skin, because I found that after I use my concealer, sometimes it can begin to look a little bit more like white and like ashy almost, and I like my skin to look vibrant and not like dull. So I go for like a sometimes more orangier, sometimes a more like just like deeper in color foundation. And also EXO Cosmetics sent me some brushes, which I really like. They are so fab. And I went in with the Fenty Beauty concealer in the shade 385, and then over my lip I went in with the Hourglass concealer in the shade Teak. I once again used a brush from EXO Cosmetics, which I have fallen in love with. It has, well, I have a creator that I follow. Her name is the Carol's what is her name? It's the Carol something, and she called these kind of brushes cat paw brushes, and they do kind of give cat paw. I use that brand that I will not mention, but yeah, make sure you bronze your face. And I really like this shade in comparison to the Face It Stick that I usually use from Third Beauty. I feel like this looked a little bit better on me. That brush from XO Cosmetics is so good. They don't have names though, so you really just have to like look at the brush. The brush is fab, and as you can see, my skin just looks so good. Like, I feel like it was the primer foundation combination. It just looks so freaking good. And as you can see, that brush like just blended everything out so seamlessly. I will say you definitely want to make sure that you're letting your concealer dry for like at most 15 minutes, but I probably waited like 10 minutes for it to dry. And I also have a little mini fan that I'm sure y'all have seen me use that I like to, you know, dry my face with or dry the concealer with as well.
Often I'm off all the shit, spitting softly so the songs come together like nothing inside my pocket. Yeah, my wallet is lost in Hollywood, trying to light some exhaust, exhausted. Thinking about a loft in Austin, 106 and park bins, not trapping out apartments. A part of the game is patience, but how can I be when I'm spitting sick like cancer patients? Dreams of this shit since playing Slide 3 on PlayStations. If I started from the bottom, I guess I'm still in the basement, and I'm sitting here away to the payment that I'm adjacent to. Feel like Cameron in pink shirts that I made too, and you know I'll slide you in because I made too. Because I made it. I should probably say. If you plan in advance instead of living in a trance, there's a chance that I won't see finance. While in the meantime, smoking fine, trying not to dance, cause inside the ride, feel the vibes that you felt in Versailles, the old capital of France. Still think I'm the one like Roman numerals. Numerous times I'm off the pharmaceuticals. Yeah, I hope you feel this. It's therapeutical. It helps heal shit. Had to heal, flip away from futures led by cubicles. And your lines fabricated, spit in the same material. Get caught in mouth when my pupils dilated. Fuck dollar residuals. Had to pop back and reach my pinnacle. Not peeling caps back, so predictable. Still yelling fuck you to my school and my principals. Trying to make shit that's original. Shorties, they aboriginal. The cloak of invisibility on. Salty niggas smoking Swisher Sweets. They can't even see what we on. If we plan. Said if we plan in advance. And if we plan in advance instead of living in a trance, there's a chance that I won't see finance. If we plan in advance. If we plan in advance.
This is where I ended up gagging myself with this newfound blush that I was testing out this day, which is only $8. I was gagging. Super beautiful blush, and for a reasonable price. Bring back drugstore prices. Initially, I was like, where is the blush? Because I couldn't really see it. But then I was like, wow, this is actually kind of fab. Like, I love a, you know, like subtle blush moment. Although I did use two different shades. So I used the lighter shade, the more pinkier shade closest to my nose. And then I used the deeper shade on the more perimeter part of my face. Then I went in with the One Size powder in the shade Translucent. I also used a pressed powder from the same brand of foundation that I use. They sent over this pressed powder, which I did like. I really like the shade of it, especially for my under eye. You can probably guess the brand from the packaging if you're, you know, hip with like packaging. Like I said, my under eye did crease a little bit, but not a lot, or not necessarily crease, but separate. I'm still figuring it out, like what the issue could be, but it definitely looked a whole lot better than it has in, you know, like previous times of doing my makeup. I also applied that translucent powder to my chin, and I seem to have applied a little bit around my mouth. I typically don't use like a lighter shade around my mouth, so I don't know why I did it that day, but it didn't look terrible. Yeah, I guess I applied it there too. After that though, I know I went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder in the shade Deep Peach, although it looks like I didn't show that on camera. First blush I went in with is the Patrick Ta She's a Doll. I really like this blush. As you can see, it's very pinky. I love that. And then I went in with, I believe, a Sephora collection blush in the shade Flirted Up, which I believe is discontinued because Sephora is always like discontinuing things. In my eye, it looks a little like textured. I'm not for sure what did that. I think it was the cream blush, which was a little bit of my issue with it. Maybe it works best with not as much like product on top of your face. Maybe it looks a little bit better like either underneath or with just like a lighter coverage of makeup, because it is very dewy, if you will, and I feel like that took away from my concealer blend. Of course, I always go into my like eye socket crease, not eye socket crease, but you know, like bridge to eye, nose bridge to eye area with my foundation powder, just to give me a little bit more depth and shape to my nose area. I don't know why I showed the blush so late, but anyway, I went with another brand that I will not mention because don't f with them. I like to take that powder just to kind of deepen the hollow parts of my face and add a little bit more shape and dimension and shadow. But I like to go in my forehead area, the like center forehead area, with a translucent powder first and run it a little bit down my nose. I don't go all the way down my nose because I found that when I do that, it makes my look super duper weird. Water braid, and I kind of like layer that. I'll go with the light layer first, then kind of go a little bit heavier and just let that sit and bake, if you will. I never use that term, but technically I guess that is what I'm doing. As for eyeshadow, I went in with, what did I go in with? I don't remember. Obviously I primed my lid with a Fenty concealer. I'm sure I used 385 because I really like that shade and it's like closest to my skin or closer to my skin tone. Oh, I didn't use the eyeshadow palette. So I went in with the pressed powder shade first, and then I went in with, no, I did go in with the like glittery eyeshadow. What was it? I don't remember, darling. I don't remember. I know I went in with a ST Essentials loose glitter on top of whatever eyeshadow I use. And it's like a white loose glitter, if you will. But first I went in with the Milk Makeup like eye primer just to get it to like stick and pop a little bit more. And as you can see, it did just that. And yeah, it was stunning. I love a glittery eye. I actually want to go back to Michael's and get more of these brushes. I love this specific brush so much. Like, it is the perfect liner brush. It's so thin. It's so like, oh, it's literally perfect, darling. If you struggle with liner, I'd recommend like a flat brush, and not necessarily a lighter brush, but a flat brush that's really thin, and it kind of like almost does the work for you. You see how easy that was? You get the point. Super duper easy. And then I went in with the Benefit 24-hour brow setter, which I use like every single day, even when I don't wear makeup, because I love it. And then I went into my eye with a black liner, which actually ended up smudging on my lower, no. So the liner that I'm using to create my wing is from the Huda Beauty palette, which I always go into to do my liner. And I kind of like did this different technique for my liner, which I really liked, but I'm gonna have to find another liner to do it with because this one like smudged, and you can kind of see it in like the end clips if you look super duper close. Then I went in, powdered my lips because, you know, you don't want it to look all shiny and on your lips. I went in with the NYX Downtown Beauty pencil first, and then I went in with a brand that I do not with. And I ended up using a new lipstick today from Trixie Cosmetics. First, I wasn't really feeling the color, but eventually I was like, girl, it's actually kind of cute. Of course, I went in with my Danessa Myricks Color Fix Nude in the shade 2. And she saves every lip for me, like, no matter what, honestly. And it gave me that look that I prefer. Then I went in with the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Gloss. Not for sure the shade name, but I'll insert it on screen. I love the Fenty Beauty full frontal mascara. So freaking good. Oh no, this is not the full frontal. This is the hella thick mascara. So freaking good. So good. Like one of my favorites. She will pick your eyelashes up from no matter how far on the ground they are. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. As you can see, the face is giving filtered, honey. What can I say? Like, you know, one thing about Miss Corey, she gonna beat a face. And no look is complete without my fortune cookie from NYX Cosmetics Butter Gloss. And I just press the rest of the powder into my face, and that is it. I hope you guys like it.
Something new about my music.
Baby boy, stay on my mind. If I feel my feelings.
Come on, girl, tell me how you feel.
I think about you all the time. I see you.
Alright guys, well that's it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, I love you guys. Make sure you like the video if you enjoyed it. Once again, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.